Growing up was pretty fun. I did a lot of childish things, obviously, because I was a child. And I think in the family, I've always been the goofy one. And so, yeah, it's with the heart of humility that I say I am the fun of the family. I've always loved music. I think I was in grade 4, 5, when my parents actually bought me a Don Moen CD as a birthday gift, and I was like, okay, cool, let's play the thing, because it's my gift. I got no choice, you know what I'm saying? And I just loved everything about it, the harmonies, how everything sounded. And then from there, I was just the guy that was getting CDs. I think the next CD I heard was the Sakala Brothers, blew me away as well, CC Winans, and yeah, everything was just growing from there. So I guess from even a young age, I've always just loved the sound of music.
The artist, I'm 7 new sons. They don't know that I've been through so much. They can only be just one judge. There's so much talking, no one prays.
Josh the artist is diverse. When he sings, he stands out. When he raps, he still stands out. He grew up in the church and has been ministering in music for years on end.
He made me his own. I know, I'm not perfect, no, but I know.
Josh is a former member of the group 911, which was an iconic Zambian hip-hop gospel group in the mid-2000s. From riding with a team to running solo, he has been about one message: the gospel. If there's one thing people know Josh the artist for today, it's his passion for worship and people. Something you can hear in each and every song he puts out.
Josh, when there are no fans around, is a very transparent guy, very real, very vulnerable. You get to see who he is and the process of how he does the music and how he prepares himself to be who he is out there. Passionate person about music and about God and ministry. And one and the same person in the music, outside the music. He's also short.
Funny, loud. I'm creative, and he raps fast.
Josh led me to Christ. That's the impact he's made to me, to my life, and to other people. I've seen him get on stage and tap into that place where people get to be vulnerable and get to be ushered into a place where it's just them and their Father. So
Josh is very real when it comes to the way when it comes to the work he puts into his music, when it comes to the work that goes on behind the music. And one of the biggest misconceptions that I feel is society holds on to a lot is artists are stars. Josh has got very relatable music. He writes songs from his heart. He writes about things he's experienced or things he's seen other people go through. So for me, that's one thing that really stands out, that if I hear a song from him, if he calls me and says, "Brah, what do you think of this song?" I'm like, okay, cool. I'm able to easily, first of all, pick out his heart, and I can relate to the song. So one word, Josh's music, relatable.
It's been an interesting journey, but I've seen Josh grow into the artist and worshiper that he is, and the impact it's a rippling effect. I feel like over the years, people have grown to love not only his music, but love the person that he proclaims to be about.
With Josh, one thing that I really appreciate about him and the way he carries himself is that he tries by all means to forget the misconception, forget all the stereotypes about what an artist should be or should look like, and he just does him, and he just tries to put all of that in his music. He tries to be as real as he can.
You see him spending time with his friends, with his family, and with his God, and it's an amazing thing to look at.
I'm wondering with the path that I chose. I hope not, but I'm scared that I'll fall in love with the lights, that I'll be a slave to the mics. I'm wondering, with the path that I chose, will I ever succeed? If I do, will it go to my head?
I realized there's a lot of people in the journey and the path that I've taken, and some started well, and then they just went in a whole other direction. And these are people who like I still respect, and so I can't say, I know for me to be different, because they're human as well. And so I was at a place where I was like, this can easily happen to me as well. And so like, what guarantee do I have that it won't happen to me?
I hope not, but I'm scared that I'll fall in love with the lights, that I'll be a slave to the likes, always having the craving for mics. Oh Lord, please help me. I don't wanna go there, but I don't wanna stay here. Lord, I wanna make progress.
And so that's how I wrote the song Nsungeni, coming from a place of, Lord, keep me in this journey. You know, I've started with the right heart. I want to end with the right heart as well.
I'll keep on working harder and harder while on my journey I pray. I'm wondering, with the path that I chose, will I ever succeed? If I do, will it go to my head? I hope not, but I'm scared that I'll fall in love with the lights, that I'll be a slave to the mics, always having the craving for lights. Oh Lord, please help me. I don't wanna go there, but I don't wanna stay here. Lord, I wanna make progress. I'll keep on working harder and harder while on my journey I pray. Nsungeni, Nsungeni, shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. Nsungeni, Nsungeni, shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. People telling me, go get it all. You call the shots, do it big, be on top of the world. The problem is I believe them, so I wanna be big and I chill with the stars, ain't with Jungle and Pompey and them. But pride comes before the fall, and pride is knocking at my door. Lord, I don't wanna open up, cause I know I'll be slipping up. Please lead me as I keep on working while on my journey I pray. Nsungeni, Nsungeni, shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. Nsungeni, Nsungeni, shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. Nsungeni, Nsungeni, shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. Nsungeni, yeah, shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. Cause you are the author and the perfecter of my very faith in you. So I'll keep on hiding under your covering, so you can save me just like you. You are the author and the perfecter of my very faith in you. So I'll keep on hiding under your covering, so you can save me just like Nsungeni. Shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. Nsungeni, yeah, shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. Nsungeni, Nsungeni, shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. Nsungeni, Nsungeni, shilefwayo kuloba, shilefwayo kupona. Shilefwayo kuloba, Chilefwayo kupona Ngamwansunga Nshaka lube Nshaka pone Ngamwansunga Shaka lube Nshaka pone.
Shame is something that is associated with fear.
Defeated is how I feel. This depression is getting real.
So I feel like shame is something that is associated with fear of being judged by other people, and also judging yourself to some degree. There was a girl, ladies and gentlemen, there was a girl. And long story short is I wasn't very sure about the entire relationship. Things were building up and I said, okay, if we're looking at the future, it's wow, it's not really gonna happen. And I felt like I should have been honest from the beginning. And so seeing her broken broke me, and I realized, hey, look, I'm the reason she's hurting right now. I'm the reason she's going through pain right now. And knowing that broke me as well. But then people didn't really care about my brokenness. They were caring about her brokenness. And so it's like, so me, what's the story?
No, it makes sense because I think mainly it comes from people's expectations. Yeah. So when we expect that people expect us to be a certain way, and then we know in our heads that the reality is that that's not the case in our lives, we tend to feel shame and know like, I'm not meeting up to people's expectations. Yeah. And so the people we feel the shame or the fear of shame from are the people we feel expect a lot from us.
There's one person who actually said, like, I don't really care about how you're doing. I'd rather find out from the person who you hurt. Even with that in mind now, I'm going through shame. I did this. I am the one in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? I know about grace. I know about faith. And I feel like I'm not an example of that right now. And so how do I deal with that? How do I even pray?
And also, it's like you fear what people will say and they'll judge me. And most of the time it's in our heads, I think. I don't know about you, but I think sometimes it's like you have this thing in your head, people are going to say this about me. And most of the times it's just in our heads. They're not even thinking in those lines or whatever. And so we tend to shy away from even expressing ourselves and telling people, I performed last night. Yeah. Or I performed, so because we think of.
Yeah, I think that's true. I went through like a similar thing as well. There's a guy I talked to who I thought would be like judgmental and whatever, but then I was ready, I was just like, it's cool, whatever he says, I was like, it's cool, at least me, I'm being honest. But yeah, like he was so understanding, and you could tell that he's a person where he's mature in the sense that he doesn't have this expectation of people. He doesn't expect people to be perfect. He doesn't expect, just because this person is a worshiper, because this person is a pastor, then they have it all together. Yeah, so I guess even getting to a place of maturity where first you don't accept the expectations that people place, that society places, and you also don't place that expectation on yourself because it's unrealistic. Yeah.
Defeated is how I feel. This depression is getting real, but I don't need your pity party, no.
So the message behind the song Teti Nkushe is basically a Christian's perspective on shame. Not the Christian telling you about shame, but a Christian who's undergoing shame.
I messed up and I know it's my fault. I said I'm sorry many times before. I think I really need to build this wall before I break any more hearts.
Putting this song together was quick, I must say. This is a song I did with Seya, and the emotion as well was real for me, because I was coming at a place where I could easily relate with the lyrics that we were writing. I feel like I can never restart, and every single memory is scarred. Well, if that's not the case, then tell me. Yeah, the response has been amazing. There's a guy who cried in my arms. I just held him and just, it's all right, bro, it's all right. But other than that, there's been a lot of people that have been talking about how they can relate to the message as well, because it's something that most people won't usually talk about it, because obviously you're at a place where you're ashamed. And so it's not a place where you're very comfortable to talk about what you're going through. So for people to hear it in a song, yeah, they could easily relate, and that's what it's all about.
All alone, pain is strong. Can't stop these thoughts in my head, Lord. Regret is all around me, and I blame myself. 'Cause I should've known better than to chase those pleasures and forget the letters you wrote to me. Maybe it's too late for me, but Lord, I'm on my bending knees. And then I hear you say, Teti Nkushe mwana wandi, wila mfwilo mulwani. Teti Nkushe mwana wandi, you're mine and your shame is no more, no more, no more, no more. Defeated is how I feel. This depression is getting real, but I don't need your pity party, no, no. I messed up and I know it's my fault. I said I'm sorry many times before. I think I really need to build this wall before I break any more hearts. I feel like I can never restart, and every single memory is scarred. Well, if that's not the case, then tell me. Teti Nkushe mwana wandi, wila mfwilo mulwani. Teti Nkushe mwana wandi, you are mine and your shame is no more, no more, no more, no more. No more, no more tears. No more, no more tears. No more, no more. No more, no more tears. No more, no more tears. No more, no more tears. No more, no more. No more, no more tears. Yeah. No more, no more tears. No more, no more tears. No more, no more. No more, no more tears. No more, no more tears. No more, no more. No more. Teti Nkushe mwana wandi, wila mfwilo mulwani. Teti Nkushe mwana wandi, you're mine and your shame is no more, no more, no more, no more.
The biggest thing that helped me overcome the shame and the guilt was obviously asking for forgiveness from the person that I hurt, and switching which voice I was listening to. And so, yeah, I decided to listen to God's voice. Even as I was talking to people, and they would hear the things I was saying, they'll be like, but where'd you get that perspective from? You know that God is still here. You know that this is what God is saying over your life constantly.
In 5 years, I believe Josh is gonna take over the industry. I feel like he's a very diverse artist, and I feel like in the next 5 years, he's got the potential to be one of the country's and the continent's biggest gospel artists.
I actually see his music expanding beyond the comfort zone. So people that you might not necessarily picture, like, oh my gosh, you're a Josh fan, but I feel like his music, because of how relatable it is, I feel like it has the potential to actually break borders. Yes.
Granted that he stays on the path of righteousness, he will do it. Yes, and he might be married as well. Maybe a few children and a few grandchildren and a house.